Hello, my great and wonderful people. We welcome you once again to our today's episode of this program. And today we get this very one when it be say they come out again from this very funny country, Nigeria. A place where it be say who just the eat, and who not the eat at all, not the eat at all. And this one when it be say they reach our table today talk say we use 1.5 billion naira to take care of ourselves as COVID-19 palliative. This one at the world when it be say NDDC, when it be say they call Niger Delta Development Commission. The MD when it be say they call Managing Director when in name now Day release. And this very one reach our table July 9th, 2020. And also for the course of this program, we'll still showcase to una some videos when it be say it is still related to this very world when it be say we they talk about so. And before we go properly, in case today and the first time when it be say they hear about us for the channel, be this we say you are highly welcome. I beg, not forget to do us a favor now. You see that subscribe button, press some, and the small bell when they near them. Press some as well so that anytime we take upload a video again, you know go the suffer to look for it. It will only come to you like a message. Our prayer remember say they say we want to be say to support us for the channel. Now they say we want God with the same people when we support you for everything when it good when you put your hands to do. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right, my people, without we not waste any of your time again. May we go straight to the details of this news. And as we put our hand there for inside this matter, the Comicus understand said the sum of 1.5 billion naira said they use them as COVID-19 relief fund for the staff of the Niger Delta Development Commission. This one at the world when it be say Keme Bradikumo Ponde when it be the acting managing director of the commission talk. And still on top of the matter, the Comicus understand say Ponde say he make this word known to the public because of the investigation when it be say it they go on concerning the 40 billion naira corruption when it be say it they go against the commission. And as we go deep again, the Comicus understand say the Senate say on May 5th, they don't set up 7-man ad hoc committee to investigate the financial recklessness, which is the way when it be say they take the mismanage money for the interim management committee for the NDDC, when it be say they call Niger Delta Development Commission. And again, the contact said the MD, which is the managing director, when in na Keme Bradikomo Ponde and other delegates from the commission said they appear before the committee on Thursday for the hearing. And still on top of the matter, the Comicus understand said the lawmakers say they raise concern over the way when it be say money they go pia for the hand of the NDDC. And again, the contour say they take notes, say the commission say they don't spend over 40 billion naira for the last 3 months without due process. However, when it be say, Keme Bradikomo Ponde, when it be the managing director, when it they give account how they spend this money, it also staff of the agency say they need to take care of them too. And not be only that one, it come for that talk say, we use 1.5 billion naira to take care of ourselves. Say now we be NDDC, we need to take care of ourselves too. No. Oh. And again, the court say part of the audit report when it be say they read out by the chairman of the committee when it be say in name now Olubumi Adetumbe. It was a 3.1 billion naira say they spend on COVID-19 funds between October 2019 and May 2020. And for us to conclude this matter, all right, my people, I beg make una put una ear down, make una hear how these people take share this money. And the Comicus understand say for the reports, the lawmaker the thought say 10 million naira say they pay to one person, 7 million naira to 2 people, 5 million naira to 3 people, 148 people say they take 3 million naira each. 157 people say they take 1.5 million naira each. 497 people say they take 1 million naira each. And 464 people say they take 600,000 naira each. And 475 million naira, say they give this one to police, say make they take purchase face mask and also hand sanitizer. This one at the conclusion when it be say he earn the money. Hey, my people, I beg make una no vex, say we dey laugh. Make una no vex. 475 million naira. They give police, say make it take purchase face mask and hand sanitizer. It really good, now good thing. And upon all this one, police carry gun, they kill our people for street, say they not get face mask. Whereas the government or the NDDC use 475 million naira to buy face mask for police and hand sanitizer. Now so with the hear and according to their own reports, you dey see, Nigeria just can't become a place where they say no rules. Everybody just they do as he like. Yes, now so. Now so the fact give breakdown. I think last week we see, I been said this week, we bring a breakdown of how they spend 300 billion naira. How it take pass through their hand without receipt, without indication how they spend this money. But the money go. The office when he enter, the feel no say enter this house. What did they use and do? We don't know. Hey, whoa, all this money they go, that they borrow, that they kill our people. At the end of this, from the beginning of this COVID-19 till now, a lot of people, they want to be say, they not test 1 naira from the federal government. They not test, what be the least 1 naira, they not test. They lock them for his ass. They deny them of their daily job. No once chicken enter their hand. But the federal government, they report all this things, money when it be say they spend during this COVID-19. Now only the one when it be say we get as a report, now it be this one, no. Not be the one when it be say it day underground, when it be say we not hear about. You see? That is why you see, say this administration, they not feel lift up their voice against anybody because all of their hand, they stand in one way or the other. See, they don't hold Maguna when he be the acting chairman of ESCC. Don't worry, after this very program, we will bring another news again when it be say Magu's release of recent now say nobody dey above law. Yes, he ready to speak now. All right, I will first of all leave una now because we know if you add that news, join this very one. I will not want me will take much of una time. Make una just enjoy this video and I will come back for the conclusion.
And I dare say this, you're spending nothing less than 60% of your income educating your children. My father did not spend 5% of his income educating me because the Nigerian state had a functional educational system. Even your megads send their children to private schools now. Nobody goes to the government hospitals anymore. Everybody. So when Abiola was talking, he was still talking within a system that had some measure of normalcy within which people could function as human beings. The average Nigerian has been dehumanized to the point where you can even begin to question his humanity. It is the abandonment of the people to their own fate and the erection of a system that exists solely for the protection of the powerful and the promotion of their interest. Who is looking for the poor man? And the poor man, having lost the capacity to think because he had been impoverished ab initio by the weaponization of ignorance. An ignorant man is doomed to poverty. When you have now gone to the point where the average man on the Nigerian street does not even know what he can do to drag himself out of the perpetual poverty into which he had been locked by the system, even when you try to do, a friend of mine said the other day, he said, almost every avenue for legitimate improvement in Nigeria has been blocked off. It's almost as if you are even being begged to go and become a criminal by the state itself because you'll be punished for your honesty by the Nigerian state. So exactly what are we talking about? Because in the age in which he lived, Nigeria had not become the predatory state that it has become today. What you will find today is that the Nigerian state has deliberately weaponized poverty against its people. I use the word it because you really can't call Nigeria a motherland. If it were to be a mother, it would be a cannibalistic mother. And if he's a father, he's a most irresponsible father. You have 14 million children trampling the streets of Nigeria. Most of them drug addicted. No future, nothing in front of them. Walking the street. That is the population of a lot of countries. What about your guards? What about all the people who walk around you? COVID is the leveler. Everybody will harvest this. But here is the point. As long as we continue to fool ourselves into thinking that we can somehow appoint wolves to guard the flock and then expect that the wolves will become vegetarians, we deny the evidence of our own eyes. We see these things and yet we deny it. Oshio Omole spoke these words. They're out in the open, it's all over the place, and yet the same man comes out and is preaching to the people that the man he testified was a thief. Anyway, thinking about it though, how can Oshio Omole testify to the character of anybody?
Okay.
How does that change the price of pomo in the market or change the price of gari for the poor man on the street who is busy battling the problems of COVID-19, the irresponsibilities of government? It's just another distraction. Wake me up the day they formally charge Magu to court like he has been busy chasing small boys, small fries who have stolen 500,000, 200,000, 1 million naira, and the real thieves are around and he knows them. We all know them and nobody do anything about those ones. So if they have now woken up and they feel that it's time to distract the people and then be chasing Magu around to have some fun, it doesn't interest me. Frankly speaking, it's of no benefit to the Nigerian people. There is nothing there. It's just another distraction. They're having their family squabble. Nothing will happen to Magu. Absolutely nothing will happen to him. I can tell you ahead of time. So please, let's not fool ourselves. It's just a circus. Do not die in their war. It's their war. They have no interest in the people. The same... Look, let me put it this way. God forbid that we have to continue abiding with this set of rulers by 2023. But don't be surprised if you find that by 2023, these characters have decided that Nigeria is better ruled by a one-party system that would now encompass each and every one of them, because in reality, you do not have any sort of ideology separating anyone. This is yet another example of the fact that the Nigerian people do not matter in the calculation of the rulers of Nigeria. All that matters to them at any point in time, the only thing that is constant and never shifts, their own interest. Those interests have nothing to do with religion. They don't remember religion when they are identifying their interests. They don't remember tribes. The only people for whom they always emphasize these differences are the people themselves. If you see the way the Nigerian state has dehumanized the Nigerian people to the point where life has become discounted, what you then begin to realize is that before that day will come, several implosions, such as the ones that are already happening, would continue to happen. However, some of us had the benefit of living in Nigeria where it was possible to move across the class line because the state was equitable to an extent. We still dealt with that because I grew up in the age when you began the institutionalization of the madness that has turned Nigeria into the madhouse that it has become today. It was in my age. I was a victim of educationally disadvantaged state, quota stupid systems, all those systems and isms, everything that the institutionalization of the injustice that destroyed the fabric of Nigeria happened as I was growing up. So here is the thing. For Nigeria to ever retrace its steps, Nigerians hate hearing this, but it's inevitable. There has to be a complete turnaround. I needed to lay a foundation for what I really have to say. And what I have to say is very simple. Do not die in their war. Choose your own war in which to die. We will all die someday. That is the one thing that is available to each and everybody. Rich, poor, tall, short, it doesn't matter. We would all die. So if I'm going to die, I'm not going to die in their own war. I will pick my own war in which I will die.